Hey guys, glad you guys decided to stop back in. It's been a while. Anyways, today I think I'm gonna go in and have a little chat about addiction. Some of the stuff I went through in my worst days, times I wouldn't wish upon anyone, hard things that I ended up having to face and do when I was in some of the worst parts of my addiction. And I'm hoping by sharing this with you guys that maybe it'll reach in, hit somebody, and make them make a different choice. Um, when I was about 15, I ended up having a huge fallout with my biological father, and I ended up having a chance to live out freely for a little bit. And it was the first time I started drinking alcohol, and I was on the reserve because all my family there drank, so it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary to be in a house where there was a lot of booze and it was really easy to steal. So I proceeded a lot of the times because I knew they wouldn't be paying that close of attention to it. And especially towards later at night, and that when um, the aunts and uncles were starting to get really drunk and almost ready to pass out, to go up and steal a glass here, a glass there, a beer here, a beer there, and sneak off and drink it down. Ooh. And then I think by the time I was about 14 and a half, no, I was 15 and a half, and I actually had some of the family members willing to actually go and get booze for me. And among family members being willing to even just some of the people from around town that were also alcoholics, because alcoholism was so strong in my hometown that it was like almost everybody there drank. So before I ended up having to leave HOSANNA and go to catch up with my mom and move in with her in Fort St. James, I'd managed a few times to get myself right liquored up and to the point of being just sloppy drunk, can't hardly remember nothing, being so sick. And it became such a regular thing that at the age of like 15 and a half, if I had to go one day without drinking, I'd be getting the shakes. Who would have thought? I was just a freaking teenager, but got myself to the point of being so dependent. Never would have thought that in all my life that it was possible. And being as how I did not had to have very much structure after I moved out from my dad, so I was living with aunts and uncles and pretty well just like couch surfing and stuff. So when I left Haida Gwaii, I became just a really rebellious child that didn't have any care for what anybody would say because I thought I knew everything and I always knew what was right. I didn't want to be told how to do anything because I thought I knew best. And I thought I was already an adult. I was matured. I could see everything that was going on. And even though I couldn't get my own alcohol at the time, I could start growing facial hair. There's a couple times once I got to Fort, I was actually able to go in the liquor store, but it was only certain workers that I'd be able to get away with it with. But in a matter of once I made it to Fort St. James, because I hitchhiked there, I got there. My mom was really happy to see me until she'd seen just how bad I'd become because she was married at that time. And with a new husband, that was the only time she'd been married, I guess. and he was a really bad drunk. My mom didn't drink a whole lot. She was in a really bad abusive relationship where he was really horrible to her, and me thinking I should be the man of the house here, and you can't talk to my mom like that. I'd always be getting into fights with him, and there's just so much turmoil that my mom finally got so stressed out she had to send me to live in a group home because my alcoholism and my partying was just too much. I was always smoking weed. Almost every night of the week, I'd be getting high one way or another. Be darn, remember how I was always coming up with money. I mean, I was hanging out with a bunch of younger guys there too, so I think it was a matter of no matter what, somebody would be able to come up with the money, and then we'd be able to all go in and getting some booze and some weed. And then finally it got to the point where I ran into another person who actually let me start selling pot for him. So once I started selling pot, I was heck, I had it made then because I was always making money. So I could always be drinking. And I never paid attention to just how unpleasant I was to have around because I know my mom was almost always crying because I'd just be like either locked in my room and having people coming over and just partying in the room would always like come in the back doorway, and I'd hardly ever even come out and see my mom unless it was to try and get her to go run for me or something, and she really hated having to do that, but she was just happy I was there. To some extent, I mean, when I wasn't being an asshole, when I was all drunk and stuff and acting up. But then having all the girls continuously coming by like a rotating door, most of them are just coming to hang out and usually coming over because I have weed. My mom was like so irritated saying it was a brothel I was running out of there. And at the same time, the reason I got to move out from my dad was because it was such a hard upbringing, a lot of violence, a lot of strictness, that I'd ended up doing a break and enter into a neighbor's place, and I got caught for it, and I knew my dad was going to be mad. I didn't think that mad, but I knew he would be mad. And he literally wanted to kill me. He was so ashamed. And I was trying to deal with those court issues, and my mom had showed up on the day finally when I got the charges waived in there, because all that stuff took place in Haida Gwaii. So whenever you waive charges in somewhere else, you have to plead guilty to them. And originally, it sounded like the lawyer was saying, I was probably just going to get community service probably and some probation because I hadn't had much for trouble at all with the law. But however, my mom was really sick of my lifestyle and how much strain I was putting on her and on the house by my partying and rebelliousism, that when she stood up and said, I don't want him back in my home because I can't control him, and he's going to need the help to straighten himself out, because if he doesn't, he's going to become a hopeless case. And I'm sure that was a big part of what was for the best then, but anyways, that's when I got put into group homes for the time I was, I think it's just about on my 16th birthday. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more, give me some feedback, like, comment, subscribe, and if I see a positive turnout on it, I'll I'll probably try to get into this some more and hatch up some more of these horrible memories. Try to break some more ground. Okay, guys. Have a great day. God bless. And remember, try to do something positive every day. Be the change you want to see in the world. God bless. Love you guys. Peace.